we just gonna test drive some stuff.
What's up?
Juggernaut Lucas.
She swore she featured.
They ain't talking money, I bounce. Blowing no G by the ounce. Talking large amounts. Sawed off, make a nigga bounce. Running man. Run until I run into another band. Running man. Run until I run into another band.
Alright, time out. This is for the record. I'm Jake Asai. This is Juggernaut Lucas.
Legit.
I might accidentally call him Weapon today. It is what it is, man. I mean,
yeah, I got like a million monikers.
We go back, so I feel like I have an excuse and I get the honorary benefit of the doubt. With all that being said, though, I'm going to let this record rock more, but I just want to get that intro out the way. This is Running Man, produced by Nabin.
If you put me on my feet, I'm a king, jigging in my dreams, trapping when I'm sleep. Mask off, there's no trick or treat, them babies gotta eat. For the feast, I turn into beast, let me off the leash, Heavy is the crown, pack heavier, the more the merrier. Was prey to a predator, a good meal, and I'm eating my competitors. Who I sound like, I don't know, no comparisons. Then my check bounce, that's for you, that's embarrassing. The arrogance come from my bloodline, my inheritance. How I go through hell, but I still feel heaven sent. Shining black excellence, that's a rated testament. None this shit for fun, folks just run. Gotta make a run, this chain here wear a ton. Ain't no telling, all you lose your tongue. Gotta get where I'm going, can't forget where I'm from. Running to the check, then I'm sprinting to the bag of funds. They ain't talking money, I bounce.
This is a polished record, man.
Yeah, I feel like right when I was recording like these sets of songs and this, like I really like locked into, like I was the most comfortable. I was being my most truest self.
So obviously, I don't know where I know exactly where I want to start this. I'm totally lying. I've known you a very long time.
I was thinking about that today on my way up here. Like, you are like one of my oldest friends.
That's crazy,
yeah,
man.
It's like, truthfully, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, so obviously we met through you needing an engineer for your music. And our mutual connection was Amani.
Yeah.
Who told you to hit up my studio and come record there. And that was in a period where, I'll keep it real with you, bro, I was taking anyone. Like, I was recording anyone, everyone. If you could do the fee, pull up on your boy, because that was all I was doing for any form of income. And you were one of the artists where I was like, yo, I hope he keeps coming. You know, I really enjoy your music. I enjoy helping you with your music. I was proud to make your music with you. It felt good to make. So that's why you're here. That's the central reason you're here right now. Is from day one, I remember just going, damn, I fuck with this dude. You're still here. What's been happening?
Life been life. Like, you know, just.
You're not the same person, by the way.
I know I'm not the same. A lot's changed from then. I was 18, 19. Then I'm like 32 now. So that's over 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, that had to be 2010, maybe 2011. All I know is we were in the preparation for the show. I always go through records and try to just find significant moments musically or sonically that might match the episode and my relationship with whoever's on the show. And with you, I was like, wow, you're on my very first mixtape. You're on it.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that record that's my first project with just my name on it. No other rappers. It's my project. And you were a feature on it. And I went, damn, he goes before my first album. Because I thought that we met around 2012, 13, but technically it's before that. So that's special. But yeah, man, I say all that to say, obviously you had a certain mind state. And I love to talk to people who've been doing it a long time, because I don't know if you've ever had any bars or songs like this, but I used to say in my music, like, you know, I'm only this age, and by this time, you know, but you put timelines in your records, not knowing what the future is really about, what the future's like, you know, and all rappers are victims of it. But what's your mindset? What can you tell me about your mindset when you started back then? Your expectations, your goals, your plans. I mean, we're gonna dig up a lot. And then tell me about now. What's the differences?
Oh man, just the bliss of just the ignorance of like it all just thinking like this is the song, like every
song was a hit.
Every song, yeah, this is the song. This is gonna be like, yeah, just trying to give a piece of myself, but like trying to do it in a way that like I felt like people would like reciprocate. I mean, like would come to, like would feel like,
yeah, something that's very relatable, digestible, lovable, but also you.
Right. And then after a while, like, because as artists we put like a lot of a lot of time, money, and passion into it or whatever, and just like after seeing like the reception is not like, it's not the one like how I thought it was or whatever, it just starts just being more about you and less about what everybody else thinks or whatever. But it's great when you get to that stage, and then people do like still like love it, and that's like, to me, that's the best, and that's where I'm at right now. Like, I don't really do music for like a fan base or for fans. It's therapeutic to me. Yeah. And when somebody hears it and they say like that's therapeutic to them too, that's the win for me now.
Yeah. I was gonna say, we're in a very similar boat there, where I probably started music when I was in high school at some point, recording my vocals that I wrote. I started that in high school. And I remember back then, the thought was always like, this is the one, and them niggas on the radio ain't shit. That was like this mind state I had. Like, yo, if they're doing that and people are paying them, what we're doing here, we out of here. Like, and that matures and evolves over time. And that was back when it was just me and my homies, and then you go out and you meet other people who think just like you locally, and maybe you team up, or maybe you're rivals, or maybe you're competition. Then you meet more people, and maybe you finally all come together and you mature. Then you meet, time passes, you get older, you meet more people, and you start realizing, I don't want to call it crabs in the bucket, but you realize you ain't the only nigga who thought he was getting a record deal. And I think that the reality weighs in on a lot of people, and it can do things to you. It can show you what you really love about this music. It can show you don't really love doing this music thing. It can show you that maybe you have a time limit and this is more like a career path, and if the career don't pan out, you move on. There's a lot of different mindsets that people take on, and I have friends that I have records with in 2009 who have not touched a microphone in 6 years. And I also have friends who barely even really touched the music in 2009, and now they're like asking me to do records. So obviously me and you were in the same boat, where we found out that we love to do this no matter what the outcome is. Whether that be this is just gonna be a hobby, or if things go a different direction, cool. But I think you're like me, where you find that the music is something you gotta do no matter what.
Yeah, and then like too, it's just like I still feel like my shit is better than half the niggas on the radio. But it's just like that's my that's the backdrop to my life though. Like, so it is what it is, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. And at the end of the day, it's not just about the music. There's so much more that goes into it. But my favorite thing about your music specifically, and I always give people their flowers for this factor right here, because it wasn't my music originally. I was not this person, and I hate that I caught on to it late. But since I met you, the very first song, your music has always been your life. Like, genuinely, organically you. And I'm talking even when you was like, I'm not gonna say what your exact life was in the beginning, but maybe you was just throwing boxes around in the warehouse.
Bro,
nigga, that shit was on the record.
I don't write if it's not in my life, I don't write it. Like, I don't. That's where I get my inspiration from.
Yeah, and it's funny. Like, that sounds so obvious to the regular person. It sounds so easy. Duh. What else would he write about? Why would he lie in his music? But no, it's not that simple. I remember my first songs, I was just rhyming words. Like, I was more focused on the technical aspect than the content or the feelings or anything. It was just like, rap your ass off. Ain't no one gonna say you can't bar out. Ain't no one gonna say you can't rap crazy. And then I realized I ain't trying to be Tech Nine or Joyner Lucas or whoever. You know, I'm not trying to be the guy who's like, yo, he can rap though, but no one like is touched by it. And I started to realize, like, man, like even the people who come to my studio, the people I gravitate towards, I'm like, they're genuinely organic artists. And that's obviously, we know Drake's, the Kanye's, all the huge artists who do the same exact thing. You're one of those people where I watched your life change as you became like an adult, a successful man, whatever you transition from the past, your music shows it in all the steps, you know. And I think that my story started a little late musically. Like, obviously I have songs now that tell everything, but I got it from watching people like you, you know. So salute to you for that, cause
bro, I appreciate it, because it's not easy like to make like those songs about like pushing boxes into like a catchy song that somebody like want to like rap those lyrics, but you know, people living that life too already.
A lot of people are living that life.
Yeah, like you just gotta be, if you be honest to yourself, somebody else feels like that too. Somebody out there does.
So there's a lot. You're saying a lot in your music now. I don't know what I can and can't ask you about, but what I want to say is, you're keeping it true to self even now in the music, and obviously we both had some form of a relationship with your brother, and you're saying Free Prez on several songs. What's going on there?
Yeah, my brother got indicted. He got picked up in San Diego 5 years ago on a drug case.
I was gonna say that was a while ago, 5 years ago.
And he got 10 more to go, but he walking them down.
Man. And he was just starting to kind of find the music, I feel like.
Yeah, he was supposed to be on the rise. He was supposed to be on the rise.
Yeah. I remember he came through to the studio. We did a couple records. He brought my cousin. He's friends with my cousin, and he's your brother, which was hilarious to me because I was like, I know this guy from two different sides. And so now I was like, I really was like invested in his music. You know, I was like, man, I got to see you win, bro. Like, you know my family and my friends, and very, very few people know both. I keep those pretty divided, but he was already in. He snuck in there. So I was like, all right, man, I gotta watch this man make his moves now. So that was special to me. But at this point, you know, what's the game plan? You know, obviously, I feel like, do you consider yourself a master of your craft?
No.
No?
I feel like every song I'm still getting better. Like, I feel like I'm still taking from the masters and adding to me. So yeah, I feel like it's boring if you feel like you're the master of it. I feel like, yeah, I still go crazy when I hear a crazy melody, like, oh, you did that, like, yeah, I'm still finding like pockets and stuff.
What are some like major wins for you in music? What are some moments for you where you been like, oh, I did that, like I got to this point now? Like, what are some major wins you've done? Because I remember the just rapping, I remember you adding the melody, I remember you changing the vocal tones, I remember the cadences. What stands out for you?
It was when I wrote The Hunger, and even though I didn't sing on the hook, that was Gene, but like, you know, I wrote that, and like that song, like it got us a placement on Diana Weeby's mixtape at the time. That was a big deal for me, and I was just like, you know, like you could write like.
And Diana Weeby was a DJ on our county's biggest radio station.
Correct.
And I remember because I used to work for her. I was filming her documentary during that time.
I remember that.
Yeah, I was working with Diana Weeby, so it was so funny for me. I was like recording your music, and I was filming her documentary, and then I didn't know you sent that to her or she heard it. I didn't even know that, and then it made it to her project, and I was just like, I'm in a weird place right now. Like, I'm just surrounded by connections. Everyone knows each other. Everyone's hearing each other. That was dope. So that's definitely early on. For me, I remember you laid a record over that Drake sampled joint.
That I was thinking about that too. That came next, but writing that just like gave me the confidence. Okay, let me like, cause even like I told her how to sing it. Like, you know, I'm like can you feel the hug? Yeah, like, so I'm like, okay, let me just try it, see how it sounds or whatever. And you pulled the best out of it that you could, and then like just keep trying, keep like you told me you gotta if you want to be able to sing, you gotta keep singing. Like that's the only way you gonna like strengthen that talent, strengthen that muscle.
Yeah, man. I mean, from back then to now, you sing all the hooks, you rap all the verses, you do all the bridges, you write the whole record, and you're using different tones and stuff, whether you're rapping or singing on it. So at this point, what makes you decide when you're going to collab with someone, if you collab?
If whoever wants to work with me, like you said, it's so disgusting. Like the crabs in the bucket mentality with rappers, bro.
Yeah.
So like I if anybody wants to work with me, find me through Kasai for free. Like we could work. Like like I like to work. I like to collab
to
and
make
like
music.
Yeah, like I don't know, but so it's not. I think that's another reason why too. Like I started singing and stuff because I couldn't find nobody to work with. I couldn't find nobody to do this part for me
out of necessity.
Yeah, so like I had to figure it out.
Okay, well, let's play another record here, and this is a record where it's a big change from Running Man as far as what you're doing vocally. This is a lot softer, different sonic, and still quality content.
Cash on delivery. You already know how this shit go.
This is a great record.
I appreciate it, bro. It's real personal.
This one will randomly just pop in my head on the Tuesday.
Amen.
Shit get tricky, shit get tricky, shit get tricky, shit get tricky, yeah. Shit get tricky, blowing sticky, I'm a black hippie, yeah. I'm straight, okay, you dudes not fucking with me, yeah. Got the bro, but I won't let them get me, yeah. At least I'm praying cause this shit get tricky, yeah, yeah. Shit get tricky, shit get tricky, shit get tricky, shit get tricky, yeah. Shit get tricky, blowing sticky, I'm a black hippie, yeah. I'm straight, okay, you dudes not fucking with me, yeah. Got the bro, but I won't let them get me, yeah. At least I'm praying cause this shit get tricky, yeah, yeah. It get hard, trying to catch a vibe. I miss my dogs, they always on my mind. In the crib, like doing fair time. Fast lane, then they red line. Not a song, it's my real life. I can tell you what it feel like. Can you tell me what it feel like? Caught up in the street light. Caught up in the street light. Oh, if you know, then you know. I gotta get on the road, grab my knife, say a prayer so I make it home. Oh yeah, make sure you got the green light. Caught up in the street light. You don't know what this feel like. Shit get tricky, shit get tricky, shit get tricky, shit get tricky, yeah. Shit get tricky, blowing sticky, I'm a black hippie, yeah. I'm straight, okay, you dudes not fucking with me, yeah. Got the bro, but I won't let them get me, yeah. At least I'm praying cause this shit get tricky, yeah, yeah. Shit get tricky, shit get tricky, shit get tricky, shit get tricky, yeah. Shit get tricky, blowing sticky, I'm a black hippie, yeah. I'm straight, okay, you dudes not fucking with me, yeah. Got the bro, but I won't let them get me, yeah. At least I'm praying cause this shit get tricky, yeah, yeah.
I feel like that's gonna get me flagged if I post this song because it's out, but with all that said, man, that's the last song you dropped, right?
Yeah.
What's the holdup?
Bro, I got so many records like in my stash right now. It's just I don't want to just put it like I'm gonna have like an actual rollout. It's time for me to put like another like project out, like a full like project like the way I did with The Rise. I need some videos. I just want to do it the right way so it can get the proper attention that it deserves.
So in my opinion, you're an album artist. I don't know if you agree with that.
I was just saying that. That's so funny. I was just saying that on my way up here.
You're an album artist. What does that mean? Why are you an album artist? How do you know that? What makes you that? Tell me about your creative process there.
It doesn't never start like that. First of all, like every record, I'm always thinking, this is the one. Like still, even still, I'm like, this is the one or whatever. But I'd always like, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's the one, but that's only like showing like one sound.
Yeah,
like, that's not encapsulating everything that I am. Mm-hmm. So it's like I got to do some of this over here, and I got to tell you about this low part to understand why I'm so happy about this high part.
Yeah. Talking about The Rise, obviously that's your last full project you released, and that was the last time me and you really got down and like got to work. We recorded the whole project. I want to say we did 2 or 3 visuals for it. We did everything, you know, we put a lot of work in on that project, and I thought that it was pretty well packaged. I feel like etc was, to me, that felt like the first like win. Like everything was perfect. And I think to get to the next level, you have to replicate that moment over and over and over again. You know, you have to perfectly package the video, perfectly lay the record, perfectly mix it, perfectly write it, perfectly perform it, go out and play it for people, perform it for people. You have to do that one moment we did over and over and over. And that's work. You know, that's not easy to do. Obviously, as people who love to make music, we love to make that song, but there's so much more that comes afterwards, you know? So I can't honestly say I've ever created my etc moment and then did it over and over and over. I've never done that. But you did it, you know, you have that under your belt. Like, tell me about that process of that song and making everything that happened with that. How did you feel about it in the moment? How did you feel after?
Well, I remember like when we were making it, the way that the song is structured now, it wasn't structured like that to begin with. I don't know if you remember this.
I remember.
But like that's why I keep coming to you, Arthur, because it's different when you're being produced than when you're just working by yourself or whatever, and especially when the engineer or producer is trying to get the best out of you. Like you got something with this song or whatever, but it's not a song. Like, it's not structured right, or you just like, hold on, let me just move some stuff around, let me fix it up a little bit, and then we played it back, and I'm like, oh, I got you.
Yeah,
like, it's catchy now. Like it's catchy now. And then I remember the video that night we did the video, and we were in the middle of the street, busy street.
This was, just to put people there who are from the IE, we were on Highland Avenue and Sterling. Yeah, in Sterling.
With the drone, getting these fire, beautiful shots.
In traffic. Of your car on the street.
It's a person on speakerphone in the car. It's a person outside of the car just trying to direct traffic.
Yeah, we was trying to coordinate it, man.
But they got it done, though. And like, it's just a lot of work. It took a lot of moving pieces, a lot of work. Like you said, a lot of work.
Yeah, and I feel like we executed there. You know, for people who don't know, I'm gonna play the song in a moment here, but this song is called etc etc. I just remember you brought the song to me. First off, I heard the beat and I went, okay, there's something about the way this beat drives. There's a drive in it that feels good. And then you laid your verses and I went, ooh, he's driving with it. Like you're flowing with it. You floated on it. And I just remember the hook almost was slowing it down. And I was like, okay, let's tighten this up. And we made the record feel a lot faster. And we restructured it. And I was like, okay, I already see the video. Like, I see it. I was like, this is a single. Like, I remember once I'm invested like that, man, like, I feel like we have to do it, you know? Like, I rarely get that inspired to get a part of something like that that's not mine. But it felt like it was my song, you know? Like, I was like, oh my God, man, like, if this were me, like, this is what I'd have to do. And I appreciate you for trusting me to help you take it to the next step. But Yeah, I think we did like a full bank robbery music video on Highland Avenue, which is insane.
Man. But the Crips definitely did try to come out there.
Yeah, we had a few weird lurkers and stuff, some funny people, but we stayed ready, so we didn't have to get ready. But yeah, you know, it came together well. We got the video done. It was a long night, but yeah, man, that was one of those moments where I told myself, like, I will be playing this for people for a very long time, and I am proud to say I was a part of that process. Like, it was dope, man. It was special. I feel like I got to play the song now. Juggernaut Lucas, etc., etc.
Once you in this shit, can't be no snitch, nigga. COD, that's the click, we got it lit, nigga. Big mistake you ever take me for a bitch, nigga. I'm the one that called a hit, you'll be a miss, nigga. Lately I've been all up in my bag, niggas mad, shit is sad. Get the work, flip it fast, say your money, make it last. You got no ass, you make me laugh. I roll my gas and I don't pass. You be off beat, I be on task, I be on cash and I don't ask. That's your bitch, damn, I just smashed. Merch your team, then use no mask. Ace the test, skip the class, this a toast. Raise your glass, new ring, new chain, bitch. Same gang, bitch. Better watch who you hang with, ha. Watch me whip my wrist until it hurt, ha. And I really got it out the dirt, ha. I got that work, my war put you on the shirt, ha. Hurry up and then I fucking go berserk, ha. Who fake? If all these niggas real niggas, I'm the dealer, black and yellow, I know real stillers. Do I need to place an order? I know real killers. Big hitter, modular, chasing big figures. Water dripping off my body like I'm getting out the shower. Got the money and the power, blowing OG in the sour. Stacking tall like Eiffel Tower. You a mark and you a coward. Control the block like I'm a Howard. My bitch get dick, don't get flowers. Watch me whip my wrist until it hurt, and I really got it out the dirt. I got that work, my war put you on the
Where
shirt.
does this rank? Where's this rank in the catalog?
This definitely top 3. Like, this is definitely top 3.
Whew, man, bro.
This is my daughter's favorite song. My oldest daughter, this is her favorite song.
Yeah?
Still to this day, yeah. This is
Man,
just the way
so-
she goes and shows all her little friends and stuff.
I remember when we were like still like this was still a fresh record. I sent this to a few of my people just to like, you know, I love to sneak a record on someone and not say who it is, not tell them the background story, just play it. Let's see if it even gets a reaction. You ever been in the car with someone and you just play something?
Of course.
Yeah, you know, just play it. Don't say nothing.
Of
Just
course.
play it and just see if they even bob their head. And I was with my boy and he looked over at me and he was like, "This is a very clean record. It's very polished. Who is this?" Like, I was like, "That's my boy." He was like, "Oh yeah, this is dope." He's like, "This is dope and the mix is good." And I was like,
Yeah, wait till you see the video.
I was like, man, boy, I was like, that video coming soon. But yeah, so I love that was like just that extra confirmation, you know, as artists, like this. I felt like I was the artist with this song. And last episode I did of this show was with Curtis King, and I told him he had a record where I was like, bro, I wish I made that song. Like, I wish that was my record. I'm a pretty transparent person. Like, if someone does some special shit, I fucking call them. Like, I will call you on the phone like, yo, you fucking went crazy with that. I loved it. I'm a fan of it. Obviously, with me and you, we're usually together when it happens, so I just tell you. Mm-hmm. But this was one of those moments, man, where I would never make this song. Like, it's just not who I am. But when I hear it, I'm you. This is my song now, you know?
That's the point, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, it was dope. It felt good, man. It's got the bounce. It's dope that I was like, I didn't make the song and I never would, but it was dope that even without that, I got to sprinkle myself into the process because it just makes me feel that much better about it, you know? So, you know,
I think that's like one of the, like how we was talking about how it's hard to like, you know, all the work that goes into making one. That's another part of it that's hard is just, that on that record, that's like one of my, again, like I'm being truest to myself. That's why it comes like, and you know how you said that sounds so simple and like you think Yeah, but it don't always come across like that.
It doesn't, man, and it's really hard, you know. And sometimes you do put everything into a song, and it just don't really connect, you know. It just doesn't. And then it's so easy for you to just write something you know people will like that has nothing to do with really anything specific. And that's the imbalance of like, am I doing this for me or for other people, that you have to find, where you have to find a way to do you and put yourself in the record, but also put it in a formulaic way that is digestible for people. And that's why I always say there's an art and there's a science, because there's a science to what people like to hear. It's just facts, you know, like people like certain BPMs, certain drum patterns, certain flows, certain tones, but also like you have your own story, and we'll never know how much people love it until you tell it, you know, and that's art. You know, the art is how well you're able to tell your story, because, bro, there's hit records out there where people are not telling an actual good story. The story's not that compelling, but they told it compellingly. Drake's the king of that. He's talking about taking a girl he drove in the snow for her, and he gave gifts to her dad. This isn't compelling information, but it's just a beautifully done record, you know. And we're like, man, that's crazy, bro. Like, you really did that shit. Because I for sure wouldn't do that, you know. Like, even if that's how you feel, you're like, I wouldn't do that. But the fact that you feel the way when you hear it is all that really matters, you know. So,
That's it, man.
all this stuff requires a team, though, you know. And sometimes I feel like your team is me and you. That's how I feel sometimes.
That's how I feel sometimes.
But
and Teflon, I love Teflon. He's
Teflon.
Like A1 producer. Anytime I need him to do something for me, he always get it done for me too.
Yeah. But you know, just being real, it didn't start that way.
No, of course not. It was just me and you.
In the very beginning, you were a part of a group called Audio Assassins.
Yeah. Once upon a time in Mexico.
I just say that to say, I mean, obviously, even back then, you knew me to be running with a very specific group of people that I don't run with anymore, you know? And this is a part of your journey. This is a part of your life. This is growing pains or growth in general. But tell me about that, like what you've learned or that process or what you take from that. Like a decade ago, you started with this group of people and none of them are part of your journey right now. What does that mean?
We were young and people grow up. People, I know, like me, like I'm responsible for a lot of people. Like a lot of people. And, you know, I gotta work and like I got kids and stuff. And I mean, besides me, only one other person did actual music. So, you know, like I just feel like their passion wasn't in the music. Their passion was in me. And like it can't be like that if it's gonna like be something that's sustained. Because I got passion in me too. Like if you don't have passion in the thing that you're doing, then it's not gonna last that long.
Yeah. And why isn't there a new team? Why is it just me and you? Like, is that just from just the path? Is that just what it is, or?
See, I'm like, my life is not regular. Like my mom can't go back to Mexico. My mom was in the feds 18 months ago for human trafficking. Like we've been like this or whatever. So like that's why I don't like really post on social media. I don't got a lot of friends like that because that's just not how. That's not like smart to move like that or whatever.
Yeah.
So like I just like when I find people that I connect with, like I just like to like just keep those people as long as they want to be around.
Yeah. I feel that. I mean, I'm learning to be more like that. So obviously from your perspective, it's like it's easier for you because it's easy to detect when someone's not invested in your goal when you're making music. Obviously people on the surface, they're like, yo, I fuck with your music, you're talented. But it only takes so long for you to realize how much they're a part of what you really want to do.
Right.
But from my perspective, obviously I make music, but I also engineer, do videos. You know, I do these things that people can use that they can make it almost so that I'm not sure if people really are there for me or they recognize that I can help them, you know? And so for me, I've spent several years almost just keeping people around that had nothing to do with my goals, you know? Nothing to do with the things I saw myself doing in the next 10 years or where I want to be in the next 10 years. And I had to almost kind of step outside of myself and maybe talk to you or see what you're doing or what you've gone through and ask myself, okay, if I erase all the other things I do and I become just Juggernaut Lucas, like I just make great music, that's it. But I can't help you with anything else. I can't do anything else for you. Where will you be then? You know? And I found that there's a lot of people that they wouldn't be there. And so for me, and I've also found other people, I don't want to be too negative. I found some other people where I went, oh, you're going to be there regardless, you know? And it's helped me to really embrace the right people and just not necessarily like get mad or anything like that, but just distance myself from the wrong people, you know, like not overly invest in the wrong directions and stuff like that and optimize my time. And for me, I've always tried to, because I'm sensitive to that, I try to be genuine to that for other people. So like with you or anyone else, I try to make sure, you know, like, look, man, like when we kick it, like we can kick it and be friends. Cool. But let's also like make our dreams happen at the same time. You know, like we can kick it and have drinks and talk and do a podcast. We can kick it, have drinks and talk, and let's lay one of your songs. Like we can have a good time and be productive. But I don't want to accidentally do that for the wrong people who wouldn't do it for me, you know?
Yeah, man. It's just the fake love. Like,
yeah,
like you don't have to act like you're invested into my music for us to be cool. Like,
yeah,
that's what's gonna like be an issue down the line. Like,
yeah,
like just be honest.
Yeah, and I know that you're a dope person without making music.
I mean, most of the people that are dope at making music because they're dope people. Like, yeah, like those are the dopest people to me.
Yeah. So for me, you know, it's dope, and so probably around that time, let's say this is 2011 or 12. I don't remember what year it is. I was recording dozens of people. We're talking like your session starts at 4. You show up. You're almost getting in line. You know?
I remember.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Watch that light.
Oh, party foul.
I'm gonna leave that on the show. I don't know how that just happened. Just lean on the wall or something. It's cool. While you're doing that, I'm gonna keep talking though. But I'm gonna play a song from way back then, and it's gonna be almost lean it like towards the wall, so if it falls, it just falls into the wall. I'm not much of an editor, so I'm gonna leave this.
Leave that shit in. Those make the best moments.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a record that I was working on for my first mixtape ever, and I just remember you were in the room or you were around. You could tell the story better than me. You probably remember it better.
Yeah, bro. You was like, you called me. This is the best part too, because we all like lived like 15 minutes apart back in those days or whatever. You called me. You were like, you know what? I got open space on this record. Do you think you could write it and be here in an hour? And at this time, I'm thirsty for. Oh, he think that I'm nice. Oh, I'm there. Like, hell yeah, I got you, right?
Yeah.
So I hurry up and wrote it or whatever. I think I rapped it to you over the phone, like first or whatever. And you was like, yeah, that sounds straight, bro. Come lay that. And then came over there and laid it.
Yeah, so this is off my first mixtape. Man, we definitely not monetizing this episode. Because I definitely don't own this beat. But this is on my first mixtape. This song was called Throw Me a Banquet. I think you're the first verse.
This is my mama's favorite song.
Shout out to moms. Don't even call me brother, man. This rain will never
I feel good, other days I ain't shit. Now I'm on top. You can never hate this. I'm feeling like money, I ain't gonna waste it. Feeling myself, somebody throw me that banquet. Now I'm on top.
Somebody better make noise.
Now I'm on top.
Somebody better make noise.
Now I'm on top.
This sounds a little bit older.
Better make noise. Shit. Somebody better make noise.
All my life I've been the underdog. Started from the bottom, now nigga looking over y'all. Extras tried to play me, now nigga fucking over y'all. Heard them doing shows, now them bad bitches wanna call. I ain't reached the top, but I'm still climbing. You still complaining, still bitching, still whining. Clock say it's my time, man, that's perfect timing. Still grinding while you looking for a handout. I walk around with my head up and my chest out. Now I ain't saying that the kid never stressed out, but only God can tell me that the kid ain't the best out. A2 we in this, DB we in this, killing shit from start to finish. That's your girl, she my witness. I'm on my job and handling my business. Ayy, that just mean I stay employed. It's a celebration, man. Somebody better make some noise. Ayy, somebody better make
Sometimes
some
I
noise.
feel good, other days I ain't shit. Now I'm on top.
Yeah, man, that was Throw Me a Banquet from God's Gift. I don't even know if that's on the internet. I don't think that's on the internet, man. But that was my first mixtape that we put out back then, and I just remember reaching out to everyone within my immediate orbit that I really fucked with, and I was just like, look, this is my this is weird, man. So I know most of my close homies who are great rappers, they don't really do features. Like, most of the songs are just them, there ain't no one on them. But it's weird to me because when I make an album, I almost feel this sense of like I have a platform for art and I want to just use it for me and everyone. And I think that might be the wrong angle for a solo album, but I be calling people, man.
I mean, I love when I could get those collaborative efforts. Like, those make the best, like, because
Yeah.
you're going hard, like I want to go harder, like
Yeah.
listen, like I love it. Send me all the records, like, yeah,
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
word.
So like when I hear features on, like, so let's say, who's your favorite artist?
Tory.
Okay, so if Tori's your favorite artist, right? If Tori's gonna give up a slot that he could write himself for someone else to use, in my head I'm going, I hope they have the same thoughts I have, which is Tori's fans would love to hear Tori again. Let me make sure I go berserk on this.
I mean, as an artist, I know, like, I was think like a lot of times I'll record something and I'll record the hook, and then once I record that verse, I'm like, I can't record a verse as good as that verse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I said everything, like all the cool things that I had to say about this subject already in that
Yeah.
verse.
Yeah, and you're going, look,
I'm
someone
like,
else.
yeah, somebody, like, that would be dope right there.
Right, you know, so for me it's like I love the thought of someone coming to a record thinking to themselves, I'm gonna give this everything I got. They don't have to focus on the whole song. They only have to focus on one consolidated part. And so I know they can give 1,000% there. Let me worry about the beat sounding good, the engineer, the hooks, the delivery. Let me worry about all that. You worry about just that little part you got, and you're gonna maximize what you can do.
Totally agree.
So that's also why I feel like if you're a feature, you should low-key you should eat up the album artist, in theory. You should. Obviously it's not always the case, but at least try to, because they had a lot going on and you just had to focus on just the performance of your verse,
I mean, and that's what I called you for.
Yeah.
To make this song better. Like,
Yeah.
I could have just left it like, yeah, bro, go crazy.
Yeah. So when I reach out to people, I don't reach out to people I don't think can do that specifically. If I don't think you're within the capacity of that, I'm not going to call you. So, yeah, man, you're right. I called you for a reason. I went, oh, he's dope. I know that he can go crazy on this. And so I reached out, and you did. I love your verse on that, and you went first. I mean, nobody puts a feature first on a song if they think it's going to deter the listener. Because nobody can listen to the rest of the record.
Yeah, I feel you.
So yeah, that was special, man. I don't know where else I want to go with this. What's been on your mind lately?
I'm just ready to put out this project, bro. I got the records already. I just need to get with you and just lock in and polish it up, see if we get any features on it, stuff like that. Start thinking about video ideas.
Right. So I guess this is a well-timed episode because you're on your way back. So
right,
this is a good opportunity. If you enjoyed the few records you heard today, you can dive into the catalog under Juggernaut Lucas, Lucas with a C, not a K, and you can, you're gonna if you enjoyed anything you heard today, you're gonna enjoy the whole project that he put out. There are videos online. I think I directed 2 of them. I don't remember. I think I directed 2 of them.
I think you got like 4. You did like 4 videos for me.
I know we did Running Man and et cetera, for sure. Like, those are good, great videos.
Right.
I don't remember what else we did outside of like the interstate quick video and stuff like that. But this is a person for me. Look, man, I'm a fan. I'm a friend and a fan. So that's why you're here. And pretty much everyone on this show, obviously, pretty much everyone on this show is a seasoned artist. So everyone who comes on this show has been doing music for several years. Because I can't lie, I'm not a fan of new artists. I'm just not. If you just started making music, you're not going to be on this show. that's just what it is, unless you're a prodigy or something, but everyone who comes on this show, like, I like to talk about the journey, the experiences, why you're good at, how you mastered your craft, how you got to where you're at. And you can't really speak to those things unless you put the time and hours in. It's just what it is. It has nothing to do with, are you on tour? Who do you know? How popular you are? None of that stuff matters. It's just a matter of being a talented individual. So
I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, man, that's why you're here. I'm sure you'll be around again for another episode at some point. But I'm going to end this episode with one more song, and, we'll go from there.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Amani.
Shout out to Amani. I adore you. You're an amazing person.
I done got my weight up. Stay down, found my way up. Don't sleep, so I stay up. We just tryna stay up. Yeah. Big smiles, big smiles. Every day's a birthday for my kids now. Looking down at you niggas from the penthouse. You gotta speak up, the shit I'm smoking too loud. Yeah. Big smiles, big smiles. Looking down at you niggas from the penthouse. Put in overtime, but still got overlooked. Ain't no free time till I'm overbooked. Hope my exes see me now, look how good I look. It happened when it happened, fuck how long it took. Team sliding down Biscayne in a Sprinter. Block too hot, I might go back for the winner, yeah. Took my losses on the chin, I'm feeling like a winner, yeah. I can't even pronounce the shit I'm motherfucking eating, yeah. Ooh, I'm too fancy, nigga rap past me but couldn't outlast me, yeah. Ooh, she nasty, girl keep dancing like you antsy, yeah. Hasta luego, with the raw rap, young nigga on fuego. Lil' bro locked, but his ass on payroll. Try to do good, but I'm not no angel. I done got my weight up, stay down, found my way up. Don't sleep, so I stay up. We just tryna stay up. Yeah. Big smiles, big smiles. Every day's a birthday for my kids now. Looking down at you niggas from the penthouse. You gotta speak up the shit.
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
Why did Weapon become Juggernaut Lucas?
When I was Weapon, I was trying to not be Juggernaut Lucas.
So you were trying not to portray the path you were on? What does that mean?
Okay, so when I was Weapon, I was, how I just told you about my mom, and I was trying to run away from that and be like the opposite of that.
Talk a little closer to the mic too.
I was trying to run away from. I wasn't being my truest self as Weapon. So when I came back and I decided I'm gonna rap again and I'm gonna be my truest self. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my last name is Lucas. And just put a Juggernaut in front of it, Juggernaut Lucas, because this is my truest self. This is who I really am.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, I salute it. Look, bro. This is a beautiful conversation. I feel like we have these all the time when we see each other.
Every time, bro.
Yeah, so I'm Jake Asai.
Juggernaut Lucas.
Juggernaut Lucas. You heard the man. If you have any questions or concerns, if you want to find out how to reach this guy, if you want his music, hit me up. Unless you can find them on your own. Most people can. Otherwise, I'm Jake Sai. This is For the Record, episode 5 or 6, I'm sure. Peace out.
Free press.
Oh, hold up. We gotta pose for the thumbnail. Hold on. I have show.
I feel like it's a little Narwhal moment.
Narwhal.
Break my wrist until it hurt. And I really got it out the dirt. I got that work, my war put you on the shirt. Hurry up and then I fucking go.